You can feel the energy inside this building and also across the street. The NFL Draft has finally arrived.
With the first pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select.
And so it is. The assumed is really happening.
Welcome back. This is the People's GM channel. In case you don't know what we do here, we take over your favorite, my favorite, somebody's favorite, well, hopefully somebody's favorite, sports professional franchises. That's right. NFL, NBA, MLB, MLS, whatever you may be, whoever's there is out, and we're in. We're doing the run-up to the NFL Draft this week, which is Thursday. Coverage starts at 8 p.m. We're going to live stream some reactions to that. Obviously, do a recap for all 32 teams. But right now, thanks to PFF, Pro Football Focus's 2021 NFL Draft Simulator, we're going through all 32 NFL teams, letting them know what they should be doing, what they could be doing, and ultimately probably not what they will be doing. Next up on the list, in the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills. Talk about a team that's been on a huge, great trajectory the last couple of years. Getting Josh Allen, turn that franchise around. So let's dig right in, take a look at what they need, see how we can help them get over that hump, get in that AFC Championship game, and ultimately get that Super Bowl win. So, first of all, let's take a look at the offense. Again, we've got Josh Stud Allen. They brought in Trubisky to back him up. Sure, who cares? Clearly not a starter. Running back, Matt Breida, Zach Moss, Singletary. Definitely a place we're going to look to see if we can't hit a home run in this year's draft. Same thing with the receiving corps. Stephon Diggs, what a great acquisition, stealing him away from the Vikings. Signed Emmanuel Sanders in the offseason, kind of the ageless wonder. Cole Beasley. Tight end, again, another position where can we get better? Let's see if we can. Offensive line, we want to see if we can't get some interior improvement there. Switching over to the defensive side of the ball, again, full of players. Jerry Hughes, Vernon Butler, Ed Oliver up front. You've got Tremaine Edmonds in the middle. You've got Tre'Davious White. You've got Levi Wallace. You've got Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer at the safety positions. Again, that defense played great this year. Obviously, this is a team right on the cusp. But how do we get them over the hump? 13-3 last year, playoff run, ran into the buzzsaw that is the Kansas City Chiefs. They've got to get better, plain and simple. So let's go. We're going to dive right in. First pick is going to be at 30. We're going to enter the draft. We're going to start it. Don't have a ton of capital. We got 7 picks, which means we got to hit 7 home runs in order to get this team over the hump. Now, according to PFF, we need some interior defensive help. We need some edge rushers on there. So we're going to say the defensive line and cornerback. What I'm going to add to that is say we need another game breaker on offense. What does that look like? Maybe it's a running back. Maybe it's a receiver. Who knows? Now we're sitting at 30. We got 7 trade offers here. Let's take a gander and see what's what. Okay, so the Bucs want to jump up in front of the Ravens, clearly trying to pick somebody up. We're going to say, give us the 32nd, give us the 64th, give us your second round next year. It's a heavy price to pay, but you know how we do. We got to get that 3-for-1 value. Didn't do it. Let's try a third rounder. Second rounder was probably a little bit aggressive. They still didn't go for it. All right, let's take the third round route, but let's ask for 3-for-1 straight up. You know, if they're not going to give us 3-to-1, you know our motto, we're out. Well, that's it, kids. We are out. So we tried to make that trade happen. Actually, you know what? Let's take one more pick. Let's look at the Dolphins. Let's see if we can get 36 and 50, as well as 156. 3-for-1 value. Let's go. There it is. We're out here bamboozling these kids. Not surprising. We're going to drop 6 picks back. You say, hey, I thought you said you're right on the edge. We are right on the edge, but at the same time, now we got 2 top 50 picks instead of just 1. So let's go. Drop down to 36. Great news is our main target, Mr. Caleb Farley, is available, as well as Dylan Radunz, tackle out of North Dakota State. We also got Nick Bolton, linebacker out of Missouri, who's a stellar player. We got Zaven Collins. We got all sorts of options here. Now let's see what happened Looks like the Dolphins game up to get a safety. Good news is we didn't need a safety. We weren't looking at safety. We're still in a great spot. Let's take a look, though, at the defensive interior and edge players they've got. So we've got Carlos Basham, defensive end. McNeil, defensive tackle out of North Carolina State. Peyton Turner, another guy that's high on our list. These guys, we like all these guys all the way down, really, to Joe Tryon. So we've got a ton of good options here. With that being said, the pick is in. We got to go positional need. Caleb Farley, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. There it is right there. Physical tools has to be elite NFL corner, and he played like one in 2019. So didn't get to play this year. That's fine. Guy's going to be rested. 6'2", 207, going to fit great in that backfield. Going to help us shut down those cheats and everybody else we play. First picks in the books, and I think it's a stinking good one. All right, here we are. We're back on the clock at 50. Next pick's up at 61. We got 5 trade offers. Let's see. We're not really looking at tackle. However, this is an interesting. Eichenberg, tackle out of Notre Dame, is a tempting offer. Now, we do have Pat Freiermuth here, a dynamic tight end. Not something they're saying that it's a need for us. However, definitely a guy that we'd be interested in. Now, let's take a look and see what's out there. We're picking at 50. Clearly, the Chicago Bears want to jump up and grab somebody. Let's hope it's not who we want. We're going to say we'll give you 50. You give us 52 and 83. Let's see what they say. Chicago Bears took it. We're bamboozling. We're getting draft capital. We're going to get some depth here. Hopefully we get our guy. Let's take a look and see who they wanted. They wanted Pat Freiermuth. That makes sense. Again, would have been a good guy for us. Probably blew it a little bit there. But here's the deal. Our guy who we really wanted, still on the board. The pick is in. His name is Peyton Turner. Take a look at my man's here. Boom. Arrow is pointed firmly upward for Turner. He is stinking good. 6'6", 270. Look at the way he graded 5 games, 5 sacks. This dude's going to be a player for us. We're bringing him into that defensive line room, and let's go. We're back on the clock here at 61. Now, again, we're going to continue to look at that defensive side of the ball and see if we've got somebody that we really like. So we're going to take a look at the D tackles. We're going to add those edge rushers and really see what makes sense here for us. Now, Rashad Weaver, another edge rusher, a guy we really like. Look at that grade, 2018 to 2019. High floor edge who should immediately translate in the run game. 6'5", 270. Not super explosive, but that's okay. This is a guy we can coach up. Now, another awesome opportunity, Milton Williams out of Louisiana Tech, right? Look at that right there. Is he worth a late round flyer? They're saying he's a 5th rounder. We're here in the 2nd round. Don't know if he's really there. Joe Tryon, again, opt-out guy. And then let's take a look at Odeyingbo. Odeyingbo. I don't know how to say his name. I just know who he is. Got to add 10 to 15 pounds. But again, one of those things, lot of upside. So we've got some great options here on the defensive line where we clearly got to keep getting better if we're going to win. Now let's just take a peek at the trade offers, see what's out there. They want us to move to 67 from 61. Don't think it's worth it. That's right, boys. The pick is in. It is edge rusher Rashad Weaver out of Pittsburgh. Let's get him on the team. He's going to be a guy that's in that immediate rotation for us. We've got to get a few more players here. Let's see what falls into our laps. Now, here we are. We're back on the board. We've got a couple interesting prospects here. Tommy Togai, again, a Larry Johnson Sr. guy, which you know, if you know me, you know I'm a big fan of Larry Johnson Sr., the coach, D-line coach there at Ohio State. Togai is a one-gap disrupting 3 technique with good deal of room to grow. That's great news for us, right? Means he's a productive college player at the highest level, and he's also able to get better. So again, that's a great option for us. Thomas Graham Jr., another cornerback we could potentially take a look at, as well as Bobby Brown, defensive tackle. With that being said, let's not overthink it. The pick is in. We're going Tommy out of Ohio State, defensive tackle, going to shore up that defensive front for us. Now, here's the good news. We've got 6 picks left, and we got really the ability to do whatever it is we want. So we're going to take a deep look here at our running back options. Right off the bat, what do we got? We got Khalil Herbert. We got a big pounder, right? Better late than never, 5'9", 212. So again, doesn't doesn't have the huge stature, but look at these yards per attempt averages, right? Biggest weakness is he's a little bit older. That's okay, right? Low center of gravity. Gotta love that. Big play after big play past season. I mean, again, it's one of those things where can this guy come in right away and help us? We've got to do something at running back. We've got to get better. Let's also tack on. Let's look at tight ends, see who's out there, see if there's somebody we love. Hunter Long is a guy we're going to keep a real close eye on, potentially somewhere we want to scoop up, who's going to just be that well-rounded guy, help us in the run game, help us in the pass game. But again, we've got to make that decision here. And with that being said, the pick is in. It's Herbert, running back out of Virginia Tech. We've got to try to improve that position. We've got to be able to play play action. We've got to be able to run the ball in order to set up said play action. It just makes sense. So here we are. We got 5 picks left late in the draft. As you know, as I say, this is where we separate champions, all right? This is where champions are made on the field. This is where champion GMs strut their stuff. So let's go deep. Tonga, again, undermotivated kid, hard to get that motor going all the time, but excellent opportunity potentially. Josh Myers, again, another guy, shouldn't be available this week. Didn't grade out great, but again, consistent issues in pass protection. But, you know, he's a guy. Do you coach him up? Is he going to be one of those things? That being said, we're going back to a need. We're building depth. We are taking, the pick is in. We're taking Shakur Brown, well-rounded corner out of Michigan State. There it is right there. Don't need a lot of tape to know. You're going to battle. He's versatile, feisty. He's 5'11", 190. We're loading up in that backfield. We learned our lesson playing the Chiefs. We know what we've got to do on that defensive side of the ball. Now, here we are right back on the clock. Now, let's take a look. Let's get those tight ends. Let's get those wide receivers. Let's see what's out there. Let's see if there's something that we love, somebody that's going to really help us. Couple of things here that we like. We like KJ Stephen out of Jacksonville State. Again, smaller school, didn't play this year, unfortunately. Only one real year of tape. However, again, explosive guy, 6'1", 185, could come through and really help us. That being said, though, we've talked about tight end a couple of times. John Bates is a guy, again, just going to do that. Solid all around. 6'6", 256. He's going to help in the running game. He's going to catch some passes, right? Boise didn't throw to him a ton, but again, that's on them. 5 games, 15 targets. We are going to see the same. 3 to 4 targets a game potentially. He's going to take a little bit of pressure off. He's going to take some of those catches over the middle. Another guy that potentially could be great for us. Last one here, Austin Watkins. Small school player is having a high floor. Again, a guy that's right there. Does a lot of some things that will translate to the NFL quickly. So we've got to look at that. Is Emmanuel Sanders going to get us there, or do we need to add one more piece on that offensive side of the ball? With that being said, the pick is in. We are going with John Bates, tight end out of Boise State. Going to help us right away, running and pass game. Now we've got 3 picks left. Let's take another look at those wide receivers and see if there's somebody there. Boom. Look who's still there. Austin Watkins makes it real easy. The pick is in. We're taking wide receiver out of UAB, Austin Watkins. We're getting better on that side of the ball at the skill positions. Now, again, we've addressed these needs. We've gotten some explosive players. Let's take this time to really look at value. Position is kind of irrelevant at this point. Let's really take a gander and see what we can find. Now, Kylan Grayson, tight end out of SMU, is really more of an H-back guy. He's a tweener. He can play a little H-back. He can play a little fullback. He can play a little tight end. Gives us some diversity on that offensive side of the ball. But we also want to take a look at that interior offensive line as well as tackle and see if there's somebody that we really, really like here. Now, again, we've got Tommy Doyle out of Miami of Ohio. A lot of things to like about it. Not sure he's the kind of natural athlete, untapped development, meaning is he already kind of where he's going to be. He's 6'8", 326 pounds, redshirt senior. We've kind of got a lot of tape on him, but again, could he be a guy that helps us down the road? I don't know if he's going to be. That being said, the pick is in. We're taking another tweener. We're taking a shot. We're throwing it deep. Kylan Granson, going to be an H-back type guy. Give us some diversity on that offensive side of the ball that we've been lacking over the last couple years. And now, here it is. Now, again, if you don't know this, if you haven't watched the channel before, when we're going through these, we're going to get individually graded on each pick, each trade, and then an overall grade by PFF. So let us know in the comments what you think, but obviously, I know we did a great job. You don't have to tell me. Again, I already know. So, again, well, let's take another look at that interior and offensive line. Let's see. William Sherman's an interesting prospect, right? Can really move for a late-round tackle. He's just not close to consistent enough for an NFL game. But here's the point, right? He's a guy that's got the talent. We've got to get him coached up and some consistency. Hutcherson out of South Carolina, a little bit more of that, right? Freaker guard, still not close to ready from a technical standpoint. So, a couple of guys potentially need to work on. But again, it's one of those things where we've got to continue to protect Josh Allen. We've got to continue to grow offensively. That being said, the pick is in. We're taking William Sherman. Interior offensive lineman is where he's going to really end up. He's played tackle in college. He's more of a guard at the NFL level. Now, we've got 20 picks left. We're going to take a look at how we grade out here. I think it's going to be pretty stinking good. Let's see what they say. First off, we went ahead and traded that 30th pick, which again was ballsy on my part. But again, that's why I am the people's GM. We got to make the moves that make sense. We needed a little extra draft capital. We needed to make some moves happen. Spoiler alert, we traded it, got a couple extra picks in the top 150, and also got our guy Caleb Farley, which you can see PFF recognizes A for our first one. So slides right in, immediate need there, corner. Next two picks, we went defense. Our next three picks, we went defensive line. Again, we've got to build there. We saw how the Chiefs have their formula. We saw how the Bucs have their formula. It makes a lot of sense. So we had to invest there. Peyton Turner, great value at 52. Rashad Weaver, again, great value at 61. Tommy Togai, going to come in. These guys are going to either start or be in that 6-8 man rotation up front immediately. Khalil Herbert, they didn't love. That's a little bit of a reach is what they're saying there with that C+ rating. But what I would tell you is this is a position where we haven't found a guy that's outstanding, and we got to keep looking. That's great value. He's a guy that was productive in college, in a good conference, against good competition. He showed up. So we're going to work with them and try to do the same stinking thing. Shakur Brown, probably my favorite pick out of this whole little group. Really well-rounded, going to come in, play nickel, play dime packages. He's there in case we had somebody go down. We just built out that secondary, and I love it. Clearly, so does PFF. Same thing with John Bates, tight end out of Boise State. Again, he's a guy that's going to help us. So we go back over to our depth chart. We got Dawson Knox, Hollister, Becker. There's just nothing to be excited about there. Okay? There's nothing there. That's great. We went 13-3 last year, but that's just that. That's last year. We can't come at people with the same old, right? So we've got to continue to get better. That's exactly what we did at the tight end position. And again, got some depth there with Austin Watkins. They don't love it. Again, developmental guy. Think he's going to be pretty stinking good. He can return the ball for us, so it gives us a little extra pop there. Kylan Granson, they like the risk. We like the risk. Again, not really a tight end, more of an H-back, maybe a slot guy. But again, another piece that we can add to that offense to give Josh Allen options. We got to keep the defenders off him. And again, with that, with our last pick, William Sherman, big guy, probably going to slide inside, play guard for us. Again, he's going to be a competitor. He's going to help us win. That's what matters. So let's take a look. There it is for your boy. Another rating in the A category, A-. I would have given it an A, but, to each their own. This is why you hire the People's GM. Buffalo Bills ownership, as I've told everybody else, give me a call. I'll fly right up. I'll help you guys get that Super Bowl ring as long as I get one at the end of the year. So here it is. Again, we took a team with minimal draft capital. We got a little bit extra capital. We got starters. We got depth. I mean, look at this. We basically revamped the defensive line. We brought in a guy that can be a potential starter at halfback. We brought in guys that are going to help that offense. You just can't do much better than that. Prove me wrong. Let me know in the comments. Run your own. Send it to me. I'd love to grade it. Again, this is the People's GM. This is what we do. This is why we're out here building championships, okay? This was the Buffalo Bills 2021 mock draft done by the People's GM. Let me know what you think again. Until that time, thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in. We're doing all of the other 31 teams. So all 32 teams are going to be up before Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern when the draft starts. Thanks, guys.